y'all. Welcome back to Not You Up All in My Black Business. And y'all already know who it is. It's your boy Vari, or should I say non-binarian?
Non-binarians.
Non-binarians. But y'all, I'm Vari J Styles with the Z, not an S, and this is my lovely co-host,
NATO.
And y'all, this week we are doing a chop. No, I want to say chopper top instead of topper chop because it just sounds like chopper style, chop. So I don't know why. But like this week is a pop or chop the new series Swarm on a Prime. So y'all, if you haven't, we about to give y'all a good review because the show is very, very, very
interesting.
Yeah, like, I don't know how to rap in words. I don't know how to rap in words. It's a new. I don't want to say it's a new Donnie Glover show, but I want to say he's a director in it.
Yeah, he directed the first episode, but just like y'all know, he was a co-creator along with Janine Neighbors, who serves as showrunner, and she is a Black woman, guys. She also did a lot of like the writing for the show, and she directed a few episodes. She directed an episode or two.
Okay. And you said Michelle, I'm not Michelle, I'm about to say Michelle Obama.
Malia Obama, she helped write episode 5. So definitely like, we love that.
Yeah, we just wanted to run down a little bit of like, who actually produced, who actually directed, who actually written on like this series and stuff like that. So those are the 3 Black people that are just doing amazing things, and they did an amazing thing with this project. It's very interesting, like NATO just said. But y'all, when I tell you, you got to go watch it out if you really want to get the full gist of it, because this review is not even going to give you the full encapsulation of everything that happened in Swarm, because Swarm, it was a lot. But
we just want to give you like a little brief review, give you a little something, so that gives you right and prep to make you crave this show even more. But we're gonna let you know that we felt it at the end, and we didn't, but we're just gonna keep it honest. But at the end of the day, support Black filmmakers, period.
One thing I wanted to say also about the show too, because I don't think a lot of people know this about the show, but it is a drama comedy, suspense drama comedy. That's what it's labeled as under.
Really?
It's suspense drama comedy. Yeah.
I
had to go look because I wanted to make sure. I'm like, yeah, it's labeled as suspense comedy drama.
I would say it's like a psychological horror thriller with comedic moments.
Okay.
But I guess that's like, there's drama. I think there's drama with like anything in a way, but like,
I can give it, they're hitting with the title. Well, in the sense of the genre. Like, I got, the suspense was there, At moments, it wasn't like very jumpy or scary. Did it have comedic moments? Oh yeah, it definitely had some comedic moments where you could laugh. Was it a drama? Heavy on drama, but drama like thriller, like really thriller. Like, it just has you on a thrill of like, what's next? What is going to happen to this main character next? And if y'all don't know who the main character is Dre, and she's played by, I just got her name.
Dominique Fishburne.
Yeah,
you probably seen her The Deuce. You definitely seen her in, what else was she? She was in Black Judas and the Messiah. She also did what else she did? She was in that Project Power with Jamie Foxx. That was on Netflix too. So she's been working.
Yeah. Another person that was in the movie was Marissa. She's played by Chloe Bailey. And I think the guy, Damien Idris. Yeah, I'm sorry, Damien. I think, is the boy name?
He's on Snowfall.
I had his name. Don't know where it went. But he really didn't play a huge part in the show. But
well, to give y'all a brief premise of the show, as he already said, those was like the genres that like encapsulated, but it's basically about like a woman who is basically like an obsessed fan over a megastar, and you basically watch her journey as she takes a twisted turn for the worst, the best, the in-between, a lot of different things.
The worst.
You think so? I mean, in a way the worst, but in a way the best.
No, the worst, completely. we can unpack that, but like I feel like if we're going to unpack it, we have to start with episode 1, and that is Stung.
Yeah. I think with episode 1, that was directed by Donna Glover. I think they definitely did a good job at like setting the scene over, her character Dre being like down on her luck, not really standing on her own feet, like kind of depending on other people. But like afterwards, you just see her journey as she's just her obsession over Nyjah, which is basically in this world, their Beyonce.
Queen B. Yeah.
Queen Bee, and the swarm is the beehive. Like you basically see her go on that journey of like, you know what, bitch, this is my girl, and I'm gonna make a way to get to her one way or another.
Right. I think jumping into episode 1, it is really about heavy on friendship for me, and it's heavy on like not wanting to be alone, and you can clearly see that from Dre and
Marissa.
You see that with Drea and Marissa's friendship. More so like with Drea. Is it Dre or Drea? I think it's Dre.
Her full name is Andrea, but she goes by Dre.
Dre. I keep saying Drea because I'm thinking her real name. But binged it, y'all. Sorry. Yeah, it really jumps into heavy on their friendship and heavy on like 2 women that are fresh into the world, like working world. Like they definitely don't give like 30s. They give early 20s, if not like 21, 22, 23. Not beyond that. But it's really weird because you get to see the dynamic of one friend excelling in life. Like, I don't want to say excelling, but trying to take the next leap in life, and one of being stagnant. And that is just the true tale of so many friendships. And I love that they played it out that way, because one person is like really truly trying to lead this friendship, and I don't want to say lead the friendship, they're just trying to step in another place of life of growth, well the other person like, like we're good where we are, let's stay where we are, we've always been this good, this tight. And I'm like, no, you gotta grow. And I love to see that Marissa, it was like, I'm able and willing to grow, even if that is going through with a man. I mean, going through a man, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's weird to want to grow through a man to leave your friendship. But I love that at the end of episode 1, you get to see Marissa actually want Dre back. Like, she's like, I want my friend back. I want my best friend back. I want to see her and stuff like that. So I love that they kind of tied that into the first episode as well. It's like, that's your A1 day one.
And she A1 day one. But I think they made a good point of how it's like at one point, you and probably your best friend, like y'all might be here on a lot of things, and that might even be y'all's obsession or you standing like a certain artist. And then as you grow older, you don't have the same feelings about the same things, and you want different things in a way. So it's just like, it's hard when one person is here and one person trying to pull, because I'm not that girl anymore. But it's like, where does that leave her? And especially when this become like this codependency in a friendship.
True. And honestly, they were not friends. I'm gonna have to jump out there and say it. They were sisters. They were sisters. In the eyes of them, they were sisters. They were not best friends. So, one thing a lot of people need to understand as well, I feel like they jumped beyond a friendship into sisters, because she actually was her foster sister. I don't want to like spoil anything. I'm not going to spoil anything for anybody, but she is her foster sister, and they are sisters. So if anybody thinking that that's her best friend, they are best friends in the sense of like they care for each other, but they look at each other as sisters. And then sisters, sometimes they want that space from each other. But like I said, at the end, you get to see that sister bond, like, oh my gosh, we want each other back. We want to be back in each other's life. Like, I'm going through something traumatic. The only person I need to call is the person that's closest to me, my sister, and I love that they had that dynamic, that is still played out that way. So sad to, see Chloe, Marissa just, so soon. I mean, if it's a review, we can have the review. But I mean, to be honest, it's so sad to see Marissa get the boot so soon.
Yeah. I wanted more of her, to be honest. But I would like to say with the show, like, I think that at least with the beginning and with everything, it's just the show is very current with like our ideology around like stan culture and I think it also is interesting how it comes from, in a way, the universe of like Atlanta, the show that Donald Glover also had, just also tying in this sense of like Afro surrealism and like modern realism in a way. Like it seems surreal, but it's like this shit could definitely happen. And it's kind of like scary.
It is scary.
And also, I want to say, just on episode 1, I need all y'all to leave Chloe Bailey alone, all because she chooses to be an actress who works in a sex scene. That does not mean y'all need to add every single 2 cents of why is she doing that. Ooh, she really doing this in one of her beginning roles as an actress. Yeah, if she wants to, if that's what inspires her, if she felt like, I want to do this, I want to try something different, like.
There's been a multiple seasons of Grownish where she's been acting grown.
Exactly.
And, this is not her first acting role. And then on top of that, I find it very, very stupid to want to challenge her and challenge her decisions as, an actor and a singer, as if like she don't know what she's doing, as if her team don't know what they're doing, as if she doesn't have a future after this film, which she does. And it's just weird to see people want to project that onto her, because when Issa Rae did the show, when Issa Rae did Insecure, and we saw Daniel having sex with the girl, nobody said anything. Nobody made the girl feel bad about anything, and they were exactly in the same position. And you could see more of their sex than the sex that they had on form. So it's just weird that people want to pick and choose, like what is too sexy, what is too not. And I know people could say, well, Chloe's a bigger artist than that girl that was in that set. It doesn't matter. She's an actress. Exactly. In this moment, she's being an actress. She's not being a singer. She's trying to portray a role, the role that she actually got. So we need to get over it and stop making it seem as grand as it is, because seeing conversation like maybe she should have did it for a movie, or maybe she should have did it for Paramount Plus or like MGM or quote unquote a bigger network. You guys, Prime is a big network. Newsflash is a huge network. Like, get over it. So, stop questioning her. She's doing good. And you all would never be able to do the things that she does. So, like, why even question those things? She's good.
Black woman.
Yeah, she's the best. Want to police her body, and that's it. But she's good. I don't think her team and stuff are making her sabotage her career based off of just a one little sex scene. It wasn't like we got to see them from start to beginning. We got a glimpse of like 2 seconds.
And also, for those that have never been on a movie set, unless it is literally said, oh, this is where they're using actual sex, technically there's usually an intimacy coordinator who is coordinating them through these scenes so everyone is comfortable. And she even said in an interview, exactly.
They made her feel comfortable. I think the thing that makes it weird too is also nobody's questioning him. They're questioning Chloe. Nobody's putting him in like question like, oh my God, is his career going to be in jeopardy from him having sex? It's always her. It's always on the woman. And I think we need to take a real look at these things and say like, wow, I am very sexist. I'm very sexist.
Like, why am I so obsessed? And what this grown woman is doing in an acting role, and how does that impact my life? Why is this my Black business?
That's real. She's portraying something that's real. I think the thing that we need to focus on is the fact that how so many times where there are guys that are willing to fuck best friends or sisters. I think that's the true conversation, because that played out in the same episode in episode 1 where I think his name was Keyshawn, whatever his name was, the boyfriend of Marissa. I think his name was Keyshawn. But
what was that man's name? Let me look it up. His name was Tyrone. No, I'm just playing.
Oh, it's
Oh, his name was Khalid. That's right.
Khalid, I knew it was with a K, Khalid. You know, Khalid wanted to have sex with Marissa and Dre. And I think that's something that people never want to have conversations with. How guys can literally see a true friendship or a true sisterhood and ignore that and say, I saw how you was looking at me. I saw how you were looking at me too. It wasn't like a one-way street, you know? And I didn't verbally say I wanted to have sex with you, you know? And I don't want to say I'm glad she killed him, but I feel like she killed him because she thought that I think she killed him because he thought that he killed Marissa or hurt Marissa.
Yeah, definitely. And that just shows like her loyalty, even though like you can definitely tell like with Dre, there are some things going on with mental health, and mental health plays a major part in this whole series, like this whole spiraling, but like also being like this loner, like as you can see, like as they tap into like her life before this instance, and how like just being a foster child and always feeling like people didn't understand her, but you feel like Marissa understood her. She feel like Nyjah understood her, and that's why she has that sense of loyalty, and you know she'll do whatever she got to do for them. Because you can even tell the different dynamics in how she came to Marissa with the Nyjah tickets in comparison to the final episode.
So yeah. Well, I will also say too that I think this series has way more to do with fandom. I mean, way more. Let me rephrase it. I feel like this series focuses on fandom and wants people to focus on the fandom of like, you know, what it is to be a fan and fan culture. But I think this film or this series really is about like mental health. Like mental health, because that scene where the officer wanted to go to the caseworker, the foster care caseworker, she really ate that scene up when she was like, I'm not about to with this child, you know, because y'all want to know about her in a previous time when she was a child, and I'm not about to exploit her for the game. I understand that you're trying to convict somebody of murders, but like you're not about to exploit her childhood, her pain that she went through to get to where she is now. You know, and I think one thing that is so wrong about this series that, you know, it shows somebody that really had compassion for her, you know, beyond Marissa. You know, there was another person that had compassion for her, because I feel like the only people that had compassion for her, you know, that true compassion for her was Marissa and the foster care person. I would say her girlfriend, but you clearly see at the last moment the girlfriend was flying off the handles. And
but I mean, she was flying off the handle because Dre was acting stupid.
I get that, but my thing is the things that she was saying to her was literally just not great things to say to anybody. Like great things to say at all. And it honestly, to me, put her back in a place where this is another person that's truly showing that they don't care about me. They may have been in my life for a little bit and show great moments, but they don't care about me. Like, and the reason I even say that is too because Marissa left, but she came back.
But the thing is, oh girl, it's like, I remember she said specifically, I do not like Nyjah. You go out of your way and get this girl tickets and expect her to be all hunky-dory, hoo-dah, excited, blah, 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 and then you're over here gagged. And she's like, bitch, you wasted money on these tickets when you don't even have a job?
But you don't gotta go like insulting somebody. You know, and that's somebody that's already hurt and through a traumatic experience. And I think that's what the show really is about, like, you know, showing how somebody can actually be thrown to the freaking wolves and thrown to the freaking streets and not be cared about and not be truly accepted for who they are. And now I think the sad part is like we look to celebrities sometimes to mother and father us. You know, we don't even truly have a connection with them. You know, they say make one little thing like go to school or love up on yourself, or them performing or them singing, and we're so connected to whatever that is. And then we're just like, they're talking to me specifically when they're talking to an audience of people.
Millions.
Yeah, and it's so sad because she wanted to be friends with Beyonce.
Nyjah, but basically Beyonce.
Yeah.
I think definitely it brings a bigger question of like is stan culture out of hand? Especially because yeah, but like they also put in on each episode, they start with this message saying how each of these situations and these incidents, they are put in there because they are intentional, because there is some bit of truth to it. And you can even see like some rumors that came out about instances regarding like Beyonce fans and things going on with Beyonce, like who made Beyonce, who made Niger, like those things that we know in like pop culture. We're like, what the hell, like they played a part
in Annihilate then they beat Beyonce, but maybe I'm done with
they
that.
did say that.
Right, like
like girl, what?
Trevor asked me that. I was like, I swear they said Annihilate and beat Beyonce. I was like,
why would she buy Beyonce?
Like, it doesn't make any sense. I think fan culture is crazy. And the reason I think fan culture is crazy because celebrities don't then tell their fans, I think you're going too far. And if they do tell their fans, they've told them in 2020, in 2012. We're in 2023. Guys. We're in 2023. And if they do tell them, they don't tell them enough. So now you have your fans feeling very entitled. And then, you know, I feel bad. Sometimes celebrities instigate things online and that fuels the fans up even more to go do things that they know they don't want to do.
Or don't need. Sometimes they want to do it, but they don't need to do it. And I can even say, like, me personally, I have subscribed to stan culture because it ain't no secret. I'm a Barb and I love Nicki, but like my love for Nicki has shifted from me being 12 or 10 years old to being an adult, because then it was like, you know, I was a little gay boy who was like, I want to feel seen. And Nicki in a way made me feel seen, like this crazy lyricist who was able to just switch up and be theatrical, be different characters and not always want to fit into a norm and really stand her ground. Like those are things that were inspiring. But the thing is, like, when you get older and you sometimes notice, like, you know, that's my girl, but we don't always agree on everything. But that just comes with growth. But it's also like having that mental health in check. I can say, you know,
and I understand. Like, I feel like a stan is somebody that is literally doing things that are unhealthy sometimes. And I don't find you doing things that are unhealthy. I find you being a fan. A stan to me is somebody that is just overboard. And there's not a problem with going overboard on some things like, hey, look, I want you to get my seat 3 months or five months ahead of time. But like to the point of where like, I said, I don't like your hair or her hair or whatever, and you feel like you need to attack me, that's something wrong with that, because that's a simple opinion. I never said I didn't like her. I said I didn't like something about something that she did in the moment. And I think that's why I'm like, are you a fan? You understand? Because the stands don't know the difference sometimes. They really.
But that's 12-year-old me didn't always know the difference. It's like, if you say anything, because you know, you probably know Nicki used to be on American Idol, and it's like certain things people would just go out of their way and say nasty things like, why is she up there? Nicki Minaj is cancerous.
Did you peep they showed her in the show?
Yes, I did. I was like, girl,
what? Like,
because they know, like, there's
why not show Beyonce?
Yeah, because I mean, I guess because they basically keep on subliminally talking about Beyonce any other time, but it's like besides Beehive, there's other stand-ums that are pretty, I don't want to say insane sometimes, but pretty fucking insane. Sometimes the Barbs can be a little insane. Sometimes the Beehive can be very insane. Swifties, who else? The Monsters.
It's a problem with parenting. It is a problem with schooling. It is a problem with self-care. It is a problem with delusion. You know, all these things play out into why so many people go so far in their stand-up or fandom. Like, you need to literally take a look at yourself and say, am I doing too much? Would this person really tell me to do this face to face? Would this person write it on a paper or contract and have me sign it for me to do these things? Because if they would, because I bet you they wouldn't. I bet you they wouldn't. They'll be held liable.
Would they do the same for you?
They'll be held liable for these things. And I think we need to look at these things like I haven't signed a contract to go this hard for somebody. I'm not getting paid. I'm not on a payroll. especially not to kill anybody.
Run down on anybody who says anything that you don't agree with on the internet.
I think the thing about the show to me that was very is one, they never played a Niger song.
Yeah, they did.
I never heard a Niger song at all. Like I literally told Trevor that on episode 1. I said, put that in the phone right now. I said, I still have not heard a Niger song. When they were naming the Niger songs, I was like, I want to. Well, you know what? I did hear a Niger song literally at the end when she was performing it on stage.
In pieces, like when they were doing the whole like she did a surprise drop of a project, and they were doing that whole little thing. Like that was a Niger song.
I mean, only 2 songs. Like they didn't even play. They didn't play music. So I'm like, I can't even see what somebody would be so crazy over. But then again, they were alluding to Beyonce. So we could already know they were alluding to greatness, period. So another thing that I thought was weird was her leaving the crime scene so quick. And like, how can you kill somebody and go months without people not questioning, and then how you're so close to the person that was killed? You know what I'm saying? Like your roommate, boyfriend.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to question you. Like people think that you killed your roommate. So nobody wants to question if you killed her boyfriend. Because I know when they found him, he was murdered. He didn't commit suicide. He was murdered.
I'm like, the way she killed that man, it's like, girl, there was no way that could have been a damn suicide. Like,
evidence all in the house. She touched like the refrigerator, got something to drink and stuff. So I'm just like, I feel like so many times she could have been caught and she wasn't caught. And that's something that to me sometimes seems unrealistic. But then I can understand somebody that's so low on the pole of like, people don't even know who they are. Like nobody's thinking about them. Nobody's looking for them. So like they hop towns because that's what she was doing, hopping towns. No phone, no nothing, no job, like no job. She had no job except for being a stripper. And she worked in the mall.
Barely that.
She got fired.
Sticking out these credit cards and ain't even paying them. I'm like, where's the IRS on that ass?
I think another thing well, go ahead. I don't know if you had to say something because I want to say about her being a lesbian.
Well, I would just say, besides that, I think the things that I did enjoy about the show was definitely like the screenwriting. I think one of my favorite parts, besides the moment with the caseworker, was for me the moment with her, Dominique Fishburne, and Billie Eilish. It was in which episode? Episode 4. Just that moment where there was like this therapy session, and you could just. It was like moments that reminds you of like Get Out in a way. And it was, you could really see a star in both Dominique and Billie. Like they really brought it for me. I love the cinematography in the show. Like the way they used the lighting was just so fucking magical.
It was given like Zola.
But better.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about just the cinematography. Like it was given like Zola. Like I was like, okay, like I love the way this is shot. It's shot very appealing. It makes you want to watch. It makes my endorphins go up because I'm like, what's gonna happen next? Is the bitch gonna get caught?
Very engaging.
I think the best writing in the show for me is the part where she's sitting down when she got back to her hometown and she met the girl and she was like, where you been? She sat down and she created a whole scenario of like being Beyonce's makeup artist. That right there was literally hand her Oscar moment.
She has so many moments on it.
Like
besides that and then that moment.
That moment was like the euphoria moment with what's her dang name? The girl when she was crying in the bathroom with the blonde hair.
Oh, Cassie.
Yeah, I was like, yo, this is the moment. Like, this is the moment. I said, this is the moment. Like, I said, yo, she's really eating this scene up. She's really making being a makeup artist so cringy. And it was so believable at first. Then it went to cringy. And then it went to even more like, whoa, downright weird. Then it really went to like, okay, bitch, what the fuck?
But old girl believed it.
Did you believe her?
Hell no. But old girl did.
I don't think she did. When she gave her that drink, I was like, no.
It's like, wow, I always knew you were gonna be something. Oh, you were just so different. I'm like, bitch, okay.
The tears. I'm like,
but I will say, well, I know you want to get back on the lesbian part, but I think the way it ended, it was just something about it. Like, I won't say that, but like, it was odd. It was chilling. Yet for me, it was like enchanting and somewhat like satisfying in a way. Because overall, it's an anti-hero story, and she got her moment.
I think I'm problematic too. Not problematic, but just kind of like a little tomato moment. It just like knowing that she didn't work and she had a girlfriend and her girlfriend knew she didn't work and her girlfriend went to college. And she came from a good family. She was the only child in her family. And I'm just like, you come from a family that just seems like they're well off. So I don't know why you're making this choice and the decision to date somebody that one doesn't have a phone, two, they didn't call you when you first gave when you first gave your number, and three, again, they still don't have a job. Like throughout your relationship, when she bought
lying to you,
yeah, like when she bought the tickets, how did she pay for them? And I think that was weird because she didn't have a job. And she said, "What the ticket like $4,000?"
And she was like, "Oh, don't you have like 3 cars in like 1 month? What's not clicking? What's not clicking?"
She is literally doing some suspicious stuff, and you're not catching up on it. Like you're not. I think one thing that I did want to show, another thing that I wanted to show to work on too, is going to her backstory. So we didn't go have her backstory. Like, what was her life like before that? And I understand not digging into it because of the foster care system, but
they somewhat did with the therapy session, talking about the grandma a little bit, and then them tackling it more in episode 6 when it was kind of given like first 48.
It didn't give enough, and none of that gave enough to say why she was the way she was or why she killed the way she killed. Like, you know, like I felt like when the lady was like, "What you want? You want me to tell you she's been touched? You want me to tell you her?" I'm like, yeah, we want to know her backstory. Like, we want to know the full length of backstory. We want to know the parents, like how we know Marissa's parents. You know, we want to know the parents, like how we know her girlfriend's parents. We want to see these people that have actually impacted her life like this. Because I think the sad part, again, is the fact that Marissa family adopted her. It was that cruel to her. Mm-hmm. Cruel.
But she was also, didn't she have like the other family? And they was like, we had to get rid of her.
What other family?
They went in episode 6. That wasn't the same family. Like that was another family, and they said they had to basically rid her, and that's when she went to the other family.
No, see, what I think what you're missing is that was actually real events. That wasn't fake. What one episode I was sitting, I was like this. I think this is real, but then again, I was like this. I think it's not real. But then again, how I think it is real is when I went to go look at the cast. They were not playing as any characters. They were actually the real people. The girl that got cut, that was a real person. I thought it was satire.
It was giving satire.
I thought it was satire too. I was like, I think this is satire. But I think it was real because when you look at the photos, you're like, oh, this is how she really look.
Oh,
I think that was real.
Wow. Layers. I'll say that. Layers.
How I think that was, I thought it was satire because when I saw the Beyonce member fan and the Beyonce fan that was the like member, and then like when the camera was getting her like lady on the phone trying to get into the car to go to the police station, I'm like, yo, this is satire. Like this can't be real.
Yeah, even the way she was like being comedic, like
yeah, I was like, this can't be real. Like this can't be real.
But it's
But
just
I
it's
think it
scary
was,
how it could be real, how these things are just so close to reality where we're even questioning right now. Is this real? Is this not real? That's what makes it very chilling.
I think it was real. I think it was real.
Audience, y'all think it was real? We don't.
That part was real. And the reason I say I think that part was real because they actually showed the parents of Marissa when she broke into the house and when she had the gun to Marissa's mom. And then they showed Marissa's mom being interviewed by the police when her husband died. That was the family.
But in the
That was the family.
funeral, like the funeral, the dude was there. The father was there.
I don't even. That wasn't a man that talked to her. That was a funeral man that came up to her saying the family don't want you there.
But and then also in episode 4, when she snuck back in the house, snuck back into Marissa's old home, and then the father was like, "You need to get the fuck out."
You saw with the glass in her hand? No, I'm thinking about something else.
This episode 5. Episode 5, Girl Bye, when she was getting the phone fixed and then she went back to the house.
That's what I'm talking. That's Marissa's family. But when they showed the cop and when she went to go interview the family, interview the mom, that's Marissa's family. That's Marissa's family. The dad just died. That's Marissa's real family. They were showing it as her real family. I was like, oh shit, because when the mom said, I tried to do the best for that child, like I tried, and then she was talking about her, how Marissa was best friends growing up. I'm like, oh, and they kept showing the real names. Well, they kept saying the real people's names instead of like the made up names. Like, so the real people names were not Marissa. I don't know. Maybe it was satire. I'm like, it's definitely giving so real, but then it's like, we would have heard about this.
That's what I'm saying. That's kind of like, I don't remember Atlanta, how like they did the one episode that was saying like the Goofy movie was really a Black movie and it was made by like a Black director and all this thing. Like it was so close
but
to
it did run
real.
on stage. They showed a real picture of the fan running up on stage to Beyonce.
Yeah.
And they showed how they thought it was the book. That's the weirdest thing to me in the show because like I find it weird how they wanted to play on, that was her dressed as the boy, you know what I'm saying? Or dressed as, a masculine figure. And then now fast forward into the last episode, like, no, come here, speak, and like it was weird. That was weird. I think the episode 7, the last freaking 7 minutes were completely trash.
What?
Completely trash.
Trash. It plays into the title of Only God makes happy endings.
It was,
and that's why it makes it so satisfying. Like she was an anti-hero, but she in a way got her moment.
Well, no, because my thing is the show is about fandemonium, and the show is about like and stuff and mental health. It didn't help nobody come to a resolution of anything. It just helped us know that she got what she wanted. And honestly, that seemed like something in her brain. It didn't seem like actually reality. Like it didn't even have Nigel's face. They had Chloe's face on the girl. So it didn't even seem like reality. It seemed like something that she was imagining in the moment. It didn't seem like that was really happening. And I'm like, is she really this ain't even Nigel. Like when she walked up at first and said, oh, that's Nigel. Then the face morphed into Chloe's. I'm like, what is going on right now? Like, is this real or fake?
You never know. But it's just with all that, do you think there'll be a part 2?
No, I don't want to be a part 2.
Oh.
And the reason I don't want to be a part 2 because part 2 would be her waking up being arrested. Dead ass. As big as a star as Nigel is, she would be waking up being arrested. I don't see her jumping on stage and having a successful story after that. Also, too, with like she killed people. She literally just killed somebody.
But if there's a part 2, including that, what if it's a whole thing of me finally getting to live the life that I kind of been fiending for, and it just not being what I want, that it goes on a different rampage.
What life is she wanting?
To be with Nigel.
In what way?
And her giving her this sense of loyalty. That's why it was like in that last moment where she was just, she felt kind of like completed. The way she just had her tears, like, I'm finally with someone who made me not feel alone. And then that person in a way making you still give you that.
It was actually Marissa. It wasn't even Nigel.
What? But she's already dead. So like,
no, but my thing is she was actually seeing Marissa. She wasn't even seeing the person that she actually cared for, Nigel. She was seeing Marissa.
What if she was seeing both?
No, it clearly showed the face of Marissa. Marissa, I was like, that's clearly Marissa. You don't even care about Nigel, you care about Marissa. Or you care, and you would say the reason I think you don't care about Nigel is because the reason you wanted that phone back is you kept playing the video of Marissa saying, we got to protect Nigel no matter what. I don't even think it was about Nigel. I think it was about Marissa. Marissa, like, being there for me. Marissa caring about what I care for so much. So I see Marissa and Nigel. Because Marissa loves Nigel so much that she told us we have to protect her. But and I see Marissa and Nigel because now I didn't protect Marissa when she called me. Now I feel like I need to project that onto somebody else. In my mind, I'm like this. Now Marissa and I hear you got to project that onto somebody else that was just as close. And to you and Marissa, that was Nigel.
A bit of both. I think it's a bit of both. Like it's a bit of it was technically Nigel, but it's kind of like we don't know if this was really like in a way a dream. The way she just got in there and got on stage and nobody did shit. And I just felt like it was she saw Marissa, but for me, I feel like it was a bit of both.
You
but
cannot
we don't know if it was a dream
say
sequence.
that you think that Nigel really stopped that fucking concert and literally said, let's go get in my car and you can cry. I don't even see
dream
that
sequence, shit. Possibly.
I don't.
That's what I'm saying.
Out of all the funny shit that was in the show, I think that's the one that was the funniest to think. Like her leaving the strippers and shit, hilarious. But that one, I'm like,
what?
No. She was actually running from her at first, and then
she was, but then she was like, "Hold on now, girl."
No. No. She was running from her. Just the fact of how she even got on stage so easily.
Yeah, I was surprised how she. That's what I'm saying. It could have been a dream sequence because ain't no way in real reality you just jump your ass on stage and there's no security like stopping you before you can even get on stage. Like what?
I don't care what nobody says. That was not reality. That had to be a dream. That was not, that no way, form, or shape. I'm like this, because if that's the case, why the fuck did you run out of the car party when you bit her?
That shit was crazy. Well, that was like a bit of a dream sequence because she was seeing something else, but then she ended up biting Nitro. It's like, I was like, it's parts where it's like, is this a dream? Is this not a dream? Like,
it's definitely surreal. I cannot see the story being that horrific, and then the ending of so like she got to be with Nigel in the way that she want in Nigel's mind too. Hell no, maybe in her mind, but not in Nigel's mind. She bit the bitch. She got on stage. My dancers had to hold her back just for me to say, "Y'all, don't worry about that bitch. Come on, girl, let's go get in the car." Hell no. Hell no.
This my ace bone cone.
I was like this. We just running from the bitch. And why is Chloe's face getting morphed into Nadia's body?
That shit was weird. I was like, oh.
I was like, what's going on here? I wanted the bitch to get arrested. I really did. I think that those episodes with the police entering it was so wow. It's so funny. I think that's the comedy aspect.
Yeah, how they barely took the shit seriously.
I think another thing that was comedy is like, I love how they allude to Beyonce in so many different ways. Like when she had left the club when she bit her, then the guys outside talking about, yo, you know who she remind me of? That girl.
Love basketball.
That bitch for love basketball. I was like, it's the girl that beat Beyonce.
I was like,
yeah, when they said, I was like, it's allegedly the girl that beat Beyonce at the party.
I'm like, what the fuck?
That's hilarious right there. I cannot believe they said that. By the way, Sanaa Lathan, if you ever watch it, I don't believe you beat Beyonce. I just think it was so funny that they said
They
that.
even said that shit. I'm like, who came up with this mess?
It's hilarious. But
Overall, like,
yeah, go ahead.
with us watching the show and everything, you know, what's your final thoughts? Do you feel like this was top, as in top tier, or a chop?
Top tier. I'll say top tier. The story is different. You know, we haven't had a fan story like this, especially about somebody that's current. And I love to see Black people get their props, you know, in acting, and then they deliver roles that are just like so mind blowing to me. That I don't want to say didn't think they could do, but I just never knew the writing was going to be that impeccable. And I think the show is a solid 8 out of 10. So I will give it a top instead of a chop. It definitely delivered. So many questions, so many theories, so many things to actually want to go back and look at. So I can say the show is definitely a top because when you want to go look at something again, you know it was good.
Yes, I agree. Top tier for me. I definitely want to go rewatch it again because it's just so, it's like cringy in a way. It's like a roller coaster. It's also a slow burn that makes you want to figure out like, where the hell is she going? What are you trying to get fulfilled? How are you going to get this fulfilled? Like, so many questions, and it really keeps you hooked, keeps you engaged, especially with Dominique Fishburne. Like, the way she acted, like she ate that the fuck up. And I believe in, you know, supporting Black filmmakers again. Like, check out a fresh story from a Black woman lens, especially having a Black woman showrunner and co-creator. Like, it's just nothing we've never seen before, and, you know, support it. Check it out, you know? Y'all see all that other random shit online.
If you like Beyonce, I'm pretty sure you like it. I mean, they're not saying her name explicitly, but you know who they're talking about.
Yeah. And
At
I feel
first,
like
I was like, is this?
I think it gives you time to even, it's a bit like self-reflective if you have been a part of stan culture in some shape, way, or form. It gives you like a bit of like, damn, like I've been kind of bad, but I never been that bad. But shit, have I been that bad? Like,
Y'all do not show up at people's house. I don't care how much you love anybody. I don't care how good a song was. I don't care how great a series was. I don't care how great a movie was. I don't care how great a freaking commercial, etc., etc., etc. Don't ever, excuse me, get online, look up somebody's location, and then go to that location to try to harm them. That is not okay. Go seek mental help. I know you love your fave. I know you love your fave, but just know that your love is enough. That's all. Your love is enough. And it's okay to get online and want to go like to bat for them, but just keep it there.
yeah.
And keep it respectful, you know how to exit a conversation with dignity. And put
And
your
just realizing that a lot of it is just on social media. It's just internet talk. And it's okay that people don't have the same thoughts as you. How is that affecting you with paying your bills? How is that affecting you with your own mental growth? Because somebody says they don't like what the fuck you like. Fuck what they like. Who cares? Who really cares? How does that like impact you and what you like? You still like Nisha? You still love Beyonce? You still gonna pay thousands of dollars to see Beyonce for the Renaissance tour? Shoot, that person that's not buying that ticket, they give you more leeway to get their seat. Shit.
I think another thing I want to say this too is like, don't adopt kids that you don't care about. That's it.
That's a word. Damn.
But Swarm, y'all did it. Y'all really did it. Y'all really, really, really did it. I was expecting 11 episodes, but I'll take 7.
I think they did a lot for 7. Like,
We could have stretched it out more.
you think so?
I literally told you I didn't like the way it ended.
She's gonna still be on a run.
No, we was gonna actually get her, for her to get arrested and then actually hear her story. You know, like this was a time where I was able and willing to want to hear the backstory, like how they did Jeffrey Dahmer. They wanted to know why he did these things. I wanted to know her backstory of like, why did she really do these things? You know, because she actually hurt so many people and got away with it. Like, and they knew what she looked like. And that's the thing to me, like I want to see broken down. You know, like you went to basically a cult of white girls, and they didn't want you to leave. They knew everything about you. It was giving cult vibes.
Oh, definitely.
And you killed 2 people there. They knew exactly what you looked like, and they said they know everything about you, and you still went on to kill multiple people. How does that even work?
In Afro surrealism.
But anyways, y'all, yeah. That was, our review and our take on Swarm. I think y'all should go watch it out. The episodes are like 25 to 35 minutes. It's a 7-episode series. It's on Amazon Prime. Go give it a check out. Actually share this video as well. And let us know if y'all want to do like, I don't want to say a part 2, but I definitely don't think we should do a part 2 unless y'all want to go a little more in depth and watch the movie, like the show over, because the show had so much in it, and I know we didn't talk about everything. I know.
Yeah, well, definitely let us know if you want us to do more like show reviews. This is our first one. We losing our virginity to show reviews. So tell us if you was feeling this. Tell us your thoughts about the show, and if y'all want us to review any other shows, because we've been contemplating talk about Drag Race, but I'm like, damn, the season almost over.
I know, but I think we should. Okay. All right. Yeah, we love y'all so much. And please like, comment, subscribe, share, run that shit up. Because y'all know y'all all up in our Black business, but this is not you all up in our Black business. And please stream this podcast, y'all. We love y'all so much. And we'll catch y'all next week.
Period. Love y'all for watching and streaming. Bye.
Bye.